At this time, we would ask everyone to please stand and face the north end of the stadium for the playing of our national anthem.
Hey, it's that guy from Eric Academy's here. You want to know if you can...
Good luck to both teams.
Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to Gary Berry Stadium for COVID-19 season 2020, week number 6 for these two teams. For the seniors of Coronado and Air Academy, it will be the last time that they get a chance to take the field and represent their schools in the 2020 season. Air Academy comes in at 1-4. Got the season off to a great start, beating Liberty by the score of 50-20. Since then, games against Pueblo West, Fountain Fort Carson, Rampart, and Mesa Ridge, they have been shut out in each of those 4 games, working on 16 plus scoreless quarters of offense for Air Academy. Head coach Scott Grindy, talked to him a little bit before the game, asked him if there was one thing or a series of injuries, and he said injuries got him early, but he's not an excuses guy. Next guy up. He has a handful of seniors who are key players, but he's also very young, especially at the quarterback position, where Braden Doherty, the sophomore, will be pulling the trigger for the Kadets. And for the Coronado Cougars, they have been interrupted by COVID-19 as well during this season. They started off getting shut out by Fountain Fort Carson, and then the next week they had a 10-point plus lead against Palmer with 9.5 minutes left, ended up losing that game by 2, 26-24. But then 3 straight wins for the Cougars, Thornton, Cheyenne Mountain, and Whitefield. But in between that, between Cheyenne Mountain and Whitefield, they had a week of non-play due to COVID-19. And so they are scheduling Air Academy here today to finish out the 6-game regular season that was established by CHSAA. And we will have the Cougars and the Kadets going at it. Cougars to kick off. Beautiful afternoon, temperature of 70 degrees here at kickoff. Henry Thompson to put his foot into it, and we are underway. Kadets receive taken from the 10-yard line around the right-hand side and out to the 15-yard line on the return. Getting up limping a little bit. But the Kadets will start at the 25-yard line. Jaman Uhrig, the senior, on the return, 15 yards, and he will immediately come out of the ball game. Whatever got injured on that kickoff return is going to cause him to come out And the substitution in for Air Academy, Luke Marsh, the senior, will take his place. First and 10. Give it to the fullback, straight up the gut. And a big run for a first down for Malachi Ray, the junior. Just his third carry. He had 2 for 6 coming in. He gets 11 there, so double the yardage on his junior season. Doherty back into the huddle. But as I was mentioning, no wind to speak of. Beautiful sunny day here. And for what would normally be semifinals weekend in the state playoffs, with the delayed start to 2020, we have beautiful weather. That is Sam Beers, the sophomore, with the carry. Beers will be ahead for 9. Last year, Sam Beers, as a freshman against Coronado, had 29 totes of the rock, 224 yards, and a touchdown. So that is somebody that Coronado is definitely going to have their eyes on here, trying to get to 4-2 with the victory today. 2 receivers to the right, deep in the eye. Give it to Beers, and Beers is going to be met about midfield and pushed back. It will be a gain of 3 and a first down for Air Academy.
Let's go, Kadets. Come on, Blue!
Receiver left, receiver right. Give it to Beers around the right-hand side. And Beers is going to be ushered to the ground. Nick Sells in the area, as is Ross Woods. So the linebacker and the safety teaming up for the Cougars. It will be 2nd and 4. Second and 4, straight up the middle. This is Ray. Ray is going to be down inside the 40. That's going to be a first down with a gain of 5 for Malachi Ray. And the Kadets very meticulous on this drive, just moving the ball at will on the Cougars. You've already played 3 minutes, this being the opening possession of the game for Air Academy. Two receivers left, one right. Now bring in motion. And here is the reverse. Oh, nice job of using the blocking, and down the sidelines. This is going to be a touchdown. 39-yard touchdown for Giovanni Della Ponte. Flag on the play at the 18-yard line. We will wait for the call from DJ Bremser. So holding on the Kadets. So that wipes out the second part of that run, takes the score off the board. Still a gain of 9 for Del Ponte. Del Pontoni in motion now. Fake the give, first pass of the afternoon out into the flats. Ross Woods on the coverage. And it will be incomplete, 2nd and 1. Pass intended for Ariane Burr, the senior tight end.
Hey, I thought it was a first down on the penalty.
It was, it just didn't get the first down.
Okay, so it's 2nd down.
Let's go, boys! Come on, keep moving it!
Give it to Beers. Beers finds his way in the middle, still driving his legs. He'll be inside the 20, down to the 18. That is a gain of 13 for Sam Beers. Beers just a sophomore, but has it going against the Cougars. He likes playing against the Crimson and Yellow.
Let's go, boys. Come on.
Two receivers to the right. Doherty, man to the right. And we have whistle on the play. That's going to be delay of game on the Kadets. Back him up, it'll be 1st and 15. Braden Doherty comes over to get the play call from his coach. Play clock all the way down to 13 already, inside of 10 seconds, and the Kadets just now getting to the line. Malachi Ray in motion, give it off. And bursting his way down to the 15 is Beers. Spot him at the 14.
Let's go, boys! Come on, Kadets!
Call it a gain of 9. It'll bring up 2nd and 6. This drive for the Kadets, the opening drive of the game, it's used almost the 6 minutes in the first half. Started at their 25. Two receivers to the right. Del Pontoni, the decoy, give it off to Beers on the left-hand side. Beers will crush his way down to the 7-yard line, which is going to be enough for another first down, and it'll be 1st and goal from just outside the 7-yard line. And if you're viewing this on the Coronado YouTube channel from the Air Academy area or anywhere along the Front Range or around the world, thank you so much for the tune in. My name is Barry Reed, the District 11 broadcast announcer. And this is Beers straight up the middle with the spin, diving into the end zone. Touchdown for Air Academy. 6:04 to go in the quarter, and the Kadets finish it off on the ground. Just one pass on that drive as they go 75 yards right through the Coronado defense. Ben Hartless on for the extra point, and the young sophomore powers it up and through. So 6:04 left in the first quarter, and Air Academy strikes first, taking the lead. And for the Kadets, that is their first score since week 1. They went 16 quarters without a score, but that streak is over here with 6:04 left in the first. So now we'll see how the Cougars will be able to respond. Beautiful day here. The Coronado cheerleaders down in the south end zone here at Gary Berry Stadium, cheering on the Cougars. Mason Michi and Ross Woods, the deep men for the Cougars. Heartless, the sophomore, will tee it up for Air Academy. High angled kick is going to see Woods chasing it. Luckily, it skipped inside the cone for the touchback. So Coronado will start the ball at the 20. You couldn't ask for more if you're that Air Academy defense. Pin the Cougars back after the touchback. Today's officiating crew: DJ Brunzer, Devin Bauman, Brad Hollick, Tony Rago, and Dan Cronin. So the Kadets on the board at 6:04. Give it off to Mason Michi, bouncing it out around the outside. And he will be brought down.
Hey, way to go after him, boys! Let's stop him!
Erig, the cornerback, coming up for support there, making the tackle. Michi still gained 5 out to the 25. Going to be 2nd down and 5. This time straight up the middle to Nick Sells. Sells is going to get a couple. And officials stop the whistle. Helmet came off of one of the Kadets, and he will have to come out and sit. That is Chris Getzman, the nose tackle. 3rd and 2 for the Cougars. Pitch it to the far side. Michi with the cutback across the 30 for the 1st down. Ramsey Stark in on the tackle. Mason Piacente in on the tackle as well. In for Getzman. And this pass intercepted. Erig with the interception. Just shy of the 50. He'll get up and return it inside the Cougar 45. That is the second interception of the year for Jamon Erig. And for Jordan Rempel, that is interception number 2 to go with his 2 touchdowns. So the Kadets take over at the Cougars 49-yard line, facing a 4-man front. Actually 5 on the line. Big hit put on the quarterback. This ball for Erig is complete at the 20-yard line. Had to readjust and lean forward, but makes the catch. And that is the first catch for Jamon Erig of the year. The big, tall, wide receiver has carried the ball 8 times for 12 yards, but that was the first reception of the year. And he sets his team up inside the 20 after the 30-yard gain. This time, give it to Beers around the near side. Beers finds a little seam in that Coronado defense. And he'll be down inside the 5-yard line before Nick Sells can catch him from behind. So the Kadets knocking at the door, about to take their first lead since week 1 against Liberty.
They are. We just had interception. We're about to score again.
We had a horrible time getting to the gate to get in over here.
I know. It was a pain, and then we didn't know. I would have sent out an email if they were charging.
Eric to the right of the formation. Del Pontoni in the hash. Encroachment defense on the Cougars. Move the ball down to the 2.5. Kadets will line it up. First and goal from the 3.
Let's go, Kadets!
You can see the shading of the press box on this late afternoon Thursday. Give it to Beers. Beers is going to be met at the line this time and held back.
It's all right! Push it in there, Kadets! Let's go!
Eric Sansochi and Eli Border, Sebastian Guerrero, that defensive line for the Cougars, along with Jaden Yanni on the left side. Second and goal. Ball spotted on the 2. Give it to Beers, a little counteraction. Beers spins and falls into the end zone. Touchdown. So Beers had 3 touchdowns in the game last year. He's picking up right where he left off against the Cougars. A 2-yard run this time and a 13-0 lead for Air Academy. Still 2:31 left to go in the first. And the kick by the sophomore Heartless is up and true. 14-0 Air Academy, 2:31 left to go in the first quarter. And Air Academy looking far different than the team that has been scoreless the last 4 weeks. And the Cougars not looking to be themselves. We've seen them in each of the games against Cheyenne Mountain, Whitefield, and Thornton. Got out to big leads against Cheyenne Mountain and Thornton and Whitefield, only to see the lead get shrunk late in the game. So Cougars now find themselves in the hole, looking for the answers. Kadets able to cash on the interception. This one deep, and Michi is going to watch it go into the end zone for the touchback. Cougars will start once again at the 20-yard line, trying to get Mason Michi going. Michi with 105 carries for 493 yards and 6 touchdowns in this abbreviated COVID-19 season of 2020, averaging 4.7 yards per carry, and has 3 100-yard-plus performances for the Cougars. So much like Philip Lindsay of the Broncos, he is the engine that gets the Cougars going. He'll try the right-hand side, be out to the 20-yard line. Another gain of 5 for Mason Michi. Second and 5. Pyle still pushing out to the 28. Michi this time following the left side of that line. Sansucci and Guerrero. Josh Bates, the senior, in at center today for Coronado. A change to their offensive line formation. Short stack eye following Nick Sells is Michi. And Michi ahead for the first down out to the 33-yard line. Coronado going up tempo now, straight back to the line, looking to the sidelines. Hand signals for the play. Michi off the left-hand side and a good-sized hole. Gets tripped up about the 40-yard line. Gain of 7, bring up 2nd and 3. Ramsey Stark, Bruce Johnson, the pair of sophomores on that side. Ramsey Stark, the bandit linebacker. Give it to Michi straight up the middle. He'll be ahead for the first down, wrapping him up as soon as he got to the hole, and then hanging on for the ride was Malachi Ray, the junior, playing strong safety. Ray with 17 tackles on the year coming into the game. One of the leading tacklers. This is Ross Woods to the near side, drops the shoulder pad, and he'll be ahead for a couple more. Gain of 3 when they spot him at the 47-yard line. Eric with the tackle for Air Academy.
Stay with the boys, go after it!
And flag stops this one before it gets underway. And that is the end of the first quarter. I was paying more attention to the Coronado drive, which was a good one, moving close to midfield than I was the time clock. End of 1 here at Gary Berry Stadium, and the first quarter belongs handily to the Air Academy Kadets, and they lead 14-0 here. What makes Colorado Springs School District 11 the standout choice for excellence in education? Some may say it's the dedicated and talented staff who are devoted to the educational learning of our students. Others may say it's the award-winning learning options available to all students, no matter their grade level. Whether it's online, hybrid, or in-person learning, D11 welcomes all learners to achieve excellence through diversity. Serving the unique needs of all students, we dare to empower our students to profoundly impact our world, and we stand ready to inspire every mind. And the huddle for the Air Academy Kadets. Got to be a happy one so far as they lead by 14. Cashing in a Cougars turnover and taking both drives into the end zone after being shut out for 16 quarters. Now Cougars trying to pounce back. Have the ball at their own 47-yard line. Wind at their back for the Cougars now. Rempel rolling out, throws a little flat pass for Nick Sells. That pass was completed a couple times to big success last week against Whitefield for the Cougars. This time it only gains a couple. Good pursuit by the Kadets, and it will be 3rd and 3. Ichi in the eye, give it to him off the right-hand side. Close to the first down, but he is going to be dropped short. Jackson Zakbakini in on the tackle, a senior defensive tackle. Cougars going for it on 4th and 1, trailing by 14. Just underway in the second quarter. And there is the... Did he get drawn off, or was it offsides on the defense?
Yes, we moved the ball.
DJ Bremser with the call.
Come on, Kadets.
So the penalty goes on the Kadets. Good hard count by Rempel, drawing the Kadets off. 1st and 10 for the Cougars. This drive continues. Rempel hands it off to Ross Woods to the right-hand side. Woods going to be held to a gain of just 1. Malachi Ray up in the vicinity. Tanner Rollins, the senior Sam linebacker. Air Academy is playing very tight to the line with their 4-man front and their 4 linebackers, trying to stop this Coronado running game. Michi doubles back this time, finds a little bit of a seam and has the sideline. He's finally ushered out of bounds, but not until after a huge gain. Eric with the tackle, or check that. Del Plantoni with the tackle on the far side. Gain all the way down to the 14-yard line. Gain of 26 on the play. Mason Michi cuts it back, finds some room in the middle. Michi's going to be inside the 10, down to about the 7-yard line. Pick up of 7. Give it to Michi following the block to the right, and he is going to be caught in midair and dropped. Ariane Burr, the Will linebacker. Michi had to hurdle the defensive tackle, Sekbakini. And when he did, he got caught midair by Burr and driven to the ground. It's going to be 3rd and 2. And Mason Michi's going to be going off. He was bent over there trying to catch his breath for a minute. And he'll be off to the Cougar sideline.
Let's go, push it back, Blue!
Sado 2 into the ball game now. Reverse wishbone. Give it straight up the middle, just power football off the right-hand side, down to the 2. Gain of 5. 1st and goal for the Cougars. Jaden Yanni, the 3rd running back with Nick Sells. Pitch it to Sado 2, and he's into the end zone for the touchdown. The senior hasn't been getting a whole lot of playing time recently, but he is taking full advantage of what he's gotten. And for 2, that is his first touchdown of the year, had 15 carries for 20 yards coming in. And he takes the touchdown and draws the Cougars back within 8, pending the Thompson extra point. And Thompson's extra point is good. So the score is 14-7, 8:23 to go before halftime. And the Cougars take it 80 yards on the drive. And they bring it right back into being a ball game here. Good to see the Cougars respond in that fashion after the shock of giving up two scores to the Kadets. These 2 teams played last year. We mentioned that as a freshman, Sam Beers had 224 total yards. Air Academy won that night 34-20. But that was last year. This is this year. Air Academy, a very young team for the most part. And you can see just how small their sideline is. Cougars looking to finish 4-2 on the year. Kick by Thompson comes down to Del Ponte. And he is tripped up, and we've got a flag on the play that flies in. Del Pontone with the waiting for the call from DJ Bremser. Block in the back is going to back the Kadets up. Malachi Ray, the Cadet with the infraction, going to put the ball at the 14-yard line. Let's see what changes the Cougars have made to try to stop this running game. We saw the Kadets putting 9 in the box, trying to stop Beers and Ray. Del Ponte as the wing on the right. Eric split to the right side of your screen. And the give straight up the middle. Gain of 1 is all. Malachi Ray with the carry for 1. Absolutely beautiful day, 70 degrees at kickoff here. 2/3 of the way through November, absolutely incredible. And here's Beers with the breakaway on the counter. Down the sideline, one man to beat, cuts into the tackle and will be brought down, and that is Ross Woods, bringing him down at the 40-yard line. But it's a gain of 40 yards for Sam Beers. Good misdirection by Air Academy, freeing Beers off the right-hand side. Start the motion to the left side. Five-man front for the Cougars. False start on Air Academy. Going to back him up to 1st and 15. .6:55 left to go before half. Quick pace to this game with all the running going on. And now we have got false start again on Air Academy. So now 1st and 20 for the Kadets. Move the ball back to their side of the 50. See what they dial up on 1st and 20. Give it to Beers off the right-hand side. And Beers is going to be met by a couple of the Cougars. That is Ross Woods and Jaden Rempel with the tackle. He'll pick up 4, make it 2nd and 16. Ray flares out to the flanker position, and this is Del Pontone getting strung out along the far side. Good job in pursuit by the Cougars. They're going to hold that to a small gain. Third down and 14 for Air Academy. And for Del Pontone, the 30th rush of the year, came in with 29 carries for 66 yards, but only 1 catch for 51. But that 1 catch was a TD. Start in motion this time. Sophomore is back, finds his man crossing, and into the end zone. That is the tight end, Ariane Burr, the senior. His first touchdown of the year on his third catch of the year. And it covers 41 yards. The extra point is up and good. And the Kadets have not been stopped at all here today. 3 possessions and 3 touchdowns. 4:54 left to go in the half. And they own a 14-point lead on the Cougars once again. For Burr, he came in with 2 receptions for 9 yards. That one went for 40 plus. Splash play for the senior tight end. On the drag route, great protection for Doherty. And for Doherty, that is touchdown throw number 4 on the year to go with his 2 interceptions. Shadows starting to take hold here at Gary Berry Stadium. We have crossed the 4 o'clock hour, 4:08 right now. An absolutely beautiful day, temperature in the 70s at kickoff. High squib kick, and it's got to be fallen on by the Cougars. Got a good sideways kick, but not enough to go out of bounds, so the Cougars had to react and get on top of it. They will take over at their own 26, again trailing by 2 touchdowns, but 4:54 left to go before the half. See if they can crank it up here in the last 5 minutes and make a 1-touchdown game of this again. Rempel rolling out, in trouble now, and he is going to go down. That is Burr once again. Ariane Burr with the sack. Burr, the will linebacker, coming on pressure. That is his first sack of the year. Second leading tackler on the, no, he is the leading tackler on the team, I apologize. And now Mason Michi breaks it out. Still on his feet, out across the 40-yard line. That'll be a pickup on the play of 20 yards and a first down for the Cougars.
Hey, shut him down, Kadets. Let's go. Get the ball.
So first down for the Cougars. Quick toss over the middle to the tight end who released. For the Cougars, incomplete. Great thought for the Cougars. That's Jeff Gilliam, the tight end. Gilliam plays with 55 and 88. Took me a second to remember that. Pitch to Michi coming to the near side. Cuts inside of a block. Big run for Mason Michi. And Michi getting up slow. Fell on Nick Sells, his fullback. There's another gain of 24 for Mason Michi. So Air Academy has no answer for Mason Michi, just like Coronado has no answer for Sam Beard, and here's Michi right on cue again. Down to the 20. Pickup of 17. AC Michi's going to go to the side. Sado 2 into the backfield now. Mason Michi needing to catch his breath. Pitch it back to 2, running around the right-hand side. And Burr in on the tackle. Tried to get away with stripping the ball. But it will stay with the Cougars. Gain of 1 on the play, make it 2nd and 9, just inside the 20. 2:54 on the clock for the Cougars. Time is not really a factor here. Both teams have all 3 timeouts. 2 receivers to the side. 2 gathers it in, and he's going to lose 2 on that one. Back to the original line of scrimmage, which is the 21. Low throw from Jaden Rempel. Ross Woods into the backfield now. 3 receivers right, 1 by left in the 3-by-1 formation. Give it to Woods right up the middle, and Woods is going to take a big shot as he gets just inside the 20-yard line. And the lumber delivered there by Tanner Rollins, the Sam linebacker, the senior, registering the tackle. Now 4th and 7 for the Cougars. 3 receivers right. Fake it to Michi, throw it over the middle to 2. And Sadu, too, has his 2nd touchdown of the game. And the Cougars, with 1:43 left, are back within 8. Officials timeout on the field at 1:43. Thompson on for the extra point. So 2 goes for 2 here in the 2nd quarter. We have a stoppage of play right now for an injured Cadet. Hopefully it is just cramping. That's what it looks like.
Go, Gio! Come on,
Getting up with help is Giovanni Del Ponte. On his own feet, but gingerly coming across.
Come on, Gio!
And making his way under his own power, which is a good news for Air Academy.
Let's focus, Kate. Let's get the ball.
Thompson with the wind at his back. And the kick is up and good. Once again, the Cougars pull within 7. 21-14 in favor of the Cadets. 1:43 left to go here at Gary Berry Stadium. And the sun has fallen behind the foothills. Stadium completely in the shadows now. The lights starting to take effect just a little bit. 1:43 on the clock for Braden Doherty and Sam Beers to go down the field again. But Del Pontoni, one of the kick returners that will be deep, we'll see if he'll be able to get back on the field for the kickoff. They're going to send Ray back deep with Airing as Del Pontoni is there on the sideline still talking to one of the coaches. Ray on the far side. Airing again had that 90-yard kickoff return against Liberty in week 1. So dangerous no matter who's back there. This kick is going to come down to him inside the 5. And he is going to be out across the 30. Looked like he might have had a seam coming. But he is brought down at the 33-yard line.
Come on now! Let's go!
Shotgun now for Doherty. Give it off to Beers up the middle. Beers breaks a tackle, and he'll be out to the 40-yard line. Yanni brings him down with a little bit of help for the Cougars. That is Rhett McCarthy. McCarthy in at one of the safety positions. Now Seydoux too checks in. Give up the middle. And short gain, but close enough and enough for the first down. Needed 3. Did Beers. And he got just a little bit more. Timeout Air Academy with 1:01 on the clock and a 21-14 lead here on the road in the final week of this COVID-19 adjusted 2020 season. Kadets trying to improve to 2-4. Their first goal had to be score points. Well, they have done that, breaking a 16-quarter scoreless streak after putting up 50 against Liberty. They have 21 here in the first half against the Cougars. In the losses, they lost to Pueblo West 33-0, Fountain Fort Carson 46-0, 49-0 to Rampart, and then Mesa Ridge last week, or 2 weeks ago, my apologies, 65-0. So a much better representation out of this Kadets offense and defense here with a 7-point lead a minute before halftime. Doherty in the shotgun, Beers to his right. Give it to Beers. Good pursuit. And Jaden Rempel with the tackle across the way, shy of the 50-yard line. It's going to be pickup of 5, 2nd and 5. Clock stopped as Beers got out of bounds, 54 seconds on the clock. Five-man front for the Cougars. Good pressure, and Seydoux too stops Beers for a 4-yard loss. Back to the 46, second timeout taken by Air Academy. Seydoux too, the senior, getting some time back at in the defensive backfield. Had 1 assist for a tackle coming into the game. He has made a couple of huge plays here and forcing the timeout by Air Academy and dropping with a tackle for loss. Beers, who has been running all over this Coronado defense in the first half. 3rd and 8 the situation with 48.5 seconds left to go before halftime. So a big 3rd and 8 for this Cougars defense. Air Academy received the opening kickoff and took almost 6 minutes off the first quarter clock, half the quarter, on their first drive. Now the sophomore is in trouble, gets hit as he releases, and it'll be out of bounds, intercepted by Jaden Rempel, but Rempel was about 5 yards out of bounds. So the first time that the Cougars have put a stop on this Cadet offense. It's 4th and 8. And now the punt team makes their way on for
Get the ball back.
Cal McGowan is the normal punter. That's Ben Hartless, the sophomore. 3rd and final timeout taken by Air Academy on this 4th and 8 from their own 46-yard line. 41.2 seconds to go before halftime. So maybe a case of Scott Grindy wanting to find out what Coronado is going to line up in. Call his squad back. Hartless awaits the snap at his 33. Mason Michi now back at his 15, deep for the Cougars. And this one gets through the hands of Hartless, and he is dropped on the ground loose, picked up by Jaden Yanni, and returned down to the 20-yard line. So the Cougars, off the bad snap, make a special teams play. Big pressure on the Cadets punt team. And they are set up. 31 seconds to go for the Cougars now before half. 3 timeouts remaining. Mixell's hustling off the field now. 3 receivers to the right, 1 to the left for the Cougars. Darshawn Robinson, the 5'10 senior, to the left of the formation. Rempel rolling out to the right and has Chris Walters at the 14-yard line. And timeout number 1 taken by Monty Gutowski and the Cougars. 24 seconds to go before half. And the Cougars facing a 2nd and 4 after the 6-yard pickup. Chance for the Cougars, who were down 14-0 before they could mount any kind of a comeback. Scored on a 2-yard run by Seydoux 2 to make it 14-7 at 8:23 here in the second. But then Burr torched them for a 42-yard. Beers checked that. That was Burr on the touchdown. 42-yard pass play, making it 21-7, and then 2 with the pass from Rempel. But now a chance to tie it up. Fake it to Mason Michi. Rempel scrambling around the outside. He's going to get out of bounds. Inside the 10, down to the 6. 15.6 seconds left to go. Two timeouts remaining for the Cougars. They will bring in the jumbo backfield package. Nick Sells, Jaden Yanni at the right fullback position, and Mason Michi. Hand it to Michi around the right-hand side. And Beachy is going to be ridden down by Burr. 10 seconds on the clock. Timeout Coronado. That is number 2. But they have second and goal from the 3-yard line. The distance between the Cougars and a possible tie ball game as we go into half after spotting Air Academy 14 early points. Air Academy cashed in on a turnover, had a short field, just 50 yards after the interception by Uhrig. But the Cougars have kept their composure and no timeouts here. And just 10 seconds. Power I formation, Michi deep back, and the pitch to the left-hand side. Mason Michi splits 2 defenders and into the end zone. Mason Michi from 3 yards out, and the Cougars are within an extra point of tying it up before halftime. Just 5.4 seconds on the clock as Michi goes for 3. Henry Thompson on for the extra point. And this kick, flag comes in late on the play. Thompson's kick was short. Illegal hands to the face on the Kadets. So half the distance to the goal. Jaden Rempel will scoot the tee up just a little bit, and Thompson gets another chance to tie this up. High snap that is blocked. Uhrig with the block comes knifing off the right-hand side. And it remains 21-20 Air Academy with 5.4 seconds to go before halftime. So the Cougars get a second chance after the miss, and then Air Academy with the deny.
Hey, who we missing? Here we go.
Let's go, Kadets!
So the Kadets defense against Liberty had a safety, and now the special teams come up with an extra point block. We'll see how big that blocked extra point plays into the second half of this game. Coronado should start with the ball in the second half. But they have got to kick it away from Mr. Uhrig.
Watch the squib. Hey, watch squib, watch squib, watch squib.
Let's go, Kadets!
And there is a squib that comes down, picked up by one of the short men, returned out to the 35-yard line. 1 second left to go in the first half. On the return is Ramsey Stark, the linebacker. And the officials are going to say the clock actually ran out. We are at halftime. What a first half. Air Academy jumped out to a 14-0 lead. And the Cougars fought back. And they trail by a point, 21-20. Join us for the second half after these messages.
What makes Colorado Springs School District 11 the standout choice for excellence in education?
Some may say it's a dedicated and talented staff who are devoted to the educational learning of our students. Others may say it's the award-winning learning options available to all students, no matter their grade level. Whether it's online, hybrid, or in-person learning, D11 welcomes all learners to achieve excellence through diversity. Serving the unique needs of all students, we dare to empower our students to profoundly impact our world, and we stand ready to inspire every mind. There was a time not long ago, District 11 Media Production Services would roll their production truck to Gary Berry Stadium or to your high school gym and produce varsity sports. This team of dedicated staff members supervised student volunteers who were gaining hands-on experience producing high-quality televised events to the joy of family and friends and the community. But the technology being used was aging and also required a tremendous amount of manpower, making it difficult to cover all the sporting events involved in the school's many teams. Schools and their fans had to settle for the rationing of coverage, which did not sit well. Something had to give. Then the district found new technology that would restore the previous coverage and would allow for the expansion of the number of events that each school could produce. This new technology would empower student involvement in the planning and execution of the game broadcast like never before, highlighted by taking over the roles of producer, play-by-play announcer, and color analyst. All that is left is the recruiting and organizing of the student producers and announcers. You.
Yeah, you!
The search is on for high school students, freshmen all the way up to seniors, who are looking for a new challenge. Students who envision a future where they will need sharp public speaking skills, or those who dream of being in the broadcast industry, and even those students who just like to talk. Does this sound like you? Are you ready to make the commitment to become the voice of your school's athletic teams? Contact me, Barry Reed, D11 broadcast announcer, to get more information. barry.reed@d11.org or my phone 520-2269.
So morning meeting is basically, so we come in, we go to the gym, we sit in our grade levels, and then when we talk with our friends for a while, students can sign up to do a specific job. And so one student does good things, another does lunch, one helps with the Pledge of Allegiance. After we do the Pledge of Allegiance, we start to go to our classrooms.
Good things looks like, first we start to get a little small stuffed animal. It's a Snoopy and a pumpkin, and we get to throw it around and we say, does anybody have a good thing? And we throw it around.
Tell me something good.
My good thing is that today I got to go with my parents to Skate City.
My good thing is that yesterday I went to karate.
We interviewed a lot of schools before we came here, and I just was amazed at how much it mattered. The positivity of kids' experience and the support structures, and not thinking of kids as good and bad, but giving them a chance to grow. And that's what Capturing Kids' Heart has done for the school and for the kids.
Good morning, Anderson.
Well, a social contract is the teacher prints out a little piece of papers and we get to answer them, like, how do you want to be treated? And we write our names on top to show that we are going to promise that, and we are going to try to be as much as possible and try to show all of that to everyone in the whole community.
I enjoy being a social contract reader because when guests come in, I get to shake their hand and know their name and get to know them a little bit better, and I get to show them what we do around the classroom and how we do it, and we just do a bunch of stuff around the classroom.
A launch is the teacher at the end of the day, she gives us a high five and she says, if it's Friday, she says, have a great week, but if it's just Tuesday, she says, have a great day.
Is your student lost in the world of education, not really liking school? Achieve Online is a place for them. School for grades 6 through 12, and we strive first to build relationships, which in turn builds academics. We are unique and different from any other school. Flexible online and blended learning for students anywhere in Colorado. Take the next step and enroll today.
My journey to become a school counselor started a long time ago. I want to thank my parents, actually, for having me. I mean, that sounds kind of weird, but my mom always reminds me of that on my birthday, of course. I thank them for setting a foundation for me, for really caring about people. I know they lived their lives as my dad was a teacher. I actually had him as a 9th grade science teacher. My mom was a music teacher. She tried to teach me piano lessons, but I wasn't a really good student. But both their examples and the work that they did in the schools, at church, really set that foundation for me to be just like that. 28 years ago, I started off here in District 11 at Mark Twain Elementary as a 6th grade teacher. And that year was pivotal for me to learn how to be an effective teacher. And really what that came down to was finding my heart and speaking from my heart. And I believe I learned a lot of that from Mr. Rogers. If you think about it, Mr. Rogers says, "I like you just the way you are." And all these people in my life liked me just the way I was. I didn't have to pretend. I was just who I am.
So Tim Garland, to me, is an amazing counselor. He understands what it takes to be successful in this business, and he puts his heart and soul in everything that he does. And so I know that anytime Tim meets with a kid, he gets to know them at an exceptionally deep level, and he cares more about those kids than I would have known was possible, honestly. Tim's just an amazing counselor that way.
He has a very complete vision of what school counseling is, and he sees his role to be truly the student support in all facets of whatever that student needs. He spends a lot of time working with the kids on their non-classroom concerns so that they can be successful in the classroom.
He inspires us every day to take a deeper look about how we are working with students and how we are working with students with mental health needs. He makes sure that we, as a school, are looking at bringing in the best resources.
If I care about that one person right now, there's something behind that. And I see this hurt. I see it in their heart. I see it in their eyes. And the light that goes on, the spark that is lit in their eye when I take time to call them by name, to give them a handshake, a smile, to play their favorite music, to go for a walk around the school, to take that time that I'm really caring about them has inspired them to turn their whole thing around.
He epitomizes heart, caring, just wanting to do right by Doherty High School and by the kids we serve. He's always willing to jump in, be it through our AVID program. We're working with the Colorado Education Initiative on their suicide prevention network, and just the work that he's done to bring suicide to the forefront. I mean, he won't stop. It's going to happen, and that's really what he's done, is he's pushed so hard. I'm the district counseling chair. It started 6 years ago, and before that time, or at that time, we didn't have leadership in the district office, central office. So I was the liaison between the school counselors and the district. Did some professional developments on mental health, on developing why do we do school counseling, and a lot of things of that nature, and really inspiring counselors. Since then, we have leadership. We have Valerie and Corey and others who are leading our way. So I'm the Colorado School Counselor Association Region 12 representative. So I'm representing all the counselors in El Paso and Teller County, and that's quite an honor. One of the new things that happened this year was we have a counseling leadership cohort, and this is super exciting. We have a group of counselors in the district who are meeting together on a monthly basis. Yes, we drink coffee, lots of it, and we need that camaraderie to talk about planning, talk about what we're doing, talk about this profession, and like I said, elevating this profession.
Even though Tim has a huge workload and a lot of things going on and a lot of things on his plate, Tim will kind of forget about that, and he will take the time to work with the student and take the time to make sure that that student feels cared about, to make sure that that student feels heard and listened to.
I could tell you many, many stories of the impact that not only I believe I've had on students, but really their impact is on me. And not only them, but my colleagues. And we have a lot of great counselors in District 11, a lot of super counselors who are really caring from their hearts. They're going out of their way to really go the distance for students, to care for them, to help them with their social and emotional development, their academic future planning, everything. So we do a really good job in District 11 about educating the whole child.
Nestled in the foothills of the Rocky Mountains at the base of Pikes Peak is Colorado Springs, home to 5 military installations, the Olympic Training Center, many thriving colleges, fine arts venues, and School District 11, who created specialized education for gifted learners in the 1950s. At Colorado Springs School District 11, our gifted students become the creators, problem solvers, and innovators of tomorrow. District 11 is the largest school district in Colorado Springs, providing families with many different, personalized gifted options. Given the choice of program options and opportunities that District 11 schools provide, there is a perfect fit for every gifted, talented, and high-achieving learner in the Pikes Peak region. We offer successful, safe, and purposeful learning experiences. We have qualified staff that recognizes exceptionality in academic and talent areas, identifying students as young as kindergarten. K-12 programming includes Gifted Magnet, International Baccalaureate, Montessori, Accelerated and Honors options, a career and technical track, and Junior ROTC, just to name a few. We believe that gifted students need an outlet to express their creativity and to collaborate with other like-minded learners. When gifted students are not satisfied with what they're learning, they lose creativity that could potentially solve problems and change the world. An identified gifted student expressed learning this way.
Gifted classes give students like me who think differently a way to learn that fits our brain.
Gifted has no boundaries in Colorado Springs School District 11. To find out more about all we offer gifted students, visit us at www.d11.org/GT.
You are the Colorado Samsung Sell for Tomorrow winners.
In Colorado, we tend to have a lot of hail, so we thought that that would be a really good thing to help out with the community. Our project is a very cost-efficient way to help protect your car, and you don't have to pay a lot of money for it.
We're using a bunch of Newton's laws: force, gravity, drag. We're determining velocity, wind, water, and a lot of other elements.
The research that we're doing is we've looked at a lot of insurance companies to see how much people are paying to get their cars fixed for having so much hail damage.
The prize money that we are receiving already from Samsung, and hopefully more, will absolutely help the students here at West to replace and to add on to our current technology needs.
Not everybody can be on a computer at once. Sometimes everybody has to share, which isn't always the best, depending on what you have to do on the laptops.
Some of our technology is a little outdated and slower, definitely in comparison to today's standards.
I have never really been part of something this crazy.
This is actually the second year that we've participated. The contest has been in place for 10 years. We chose to be involved last year. We had about 30 students involved there, and we were state winners. And this year, we decided we wanted to give a different opportunity, so all of the students are different from last year, and we ended up being state winners again 2 years in a row.
Usually whenever you get an opportunity like this, it isn't one that you would get every single time. So I think it's a very fun opportunity that could potentially open up a bunch of gates, somewhat more metaphorically, that could possibly help me and everybody else here in our future.
So these students are students who have chosen to go above and beyond and do something beyond the classroom and because they really wanted to do something special and unique that would basically help and support their community and their school and add to their experiences here at West Middle School.
What makes Colorado Springs School District 11 the standout choice for excellence in education? Some may say it's the dedicated and talented staff who are devoted to the educational learning of our students. Others may say it's the award-winning learning options available to all students, no matter their grade level. Whether it's online, hybrid, or in-person learning, D11 welcomes all learners to achieve excellence through diversity. Serving the unique needs of all students, we dare to empower our students to profoundly impact our world, and we stand ready to inspire every mind. And welcome back to Gary Berry Stadium. The second half just about ready to get underway. The teams are going through their post-halftime stretching and limbering routines. There you see the score, a good ball game. Air Academy 21, Coronado 20. Air Academy came in, drove down, and cashed on the opening drive, taking just shy of 6 minutes to do it on a solid drive. Beers scoring from 7 yards out to make it 7-0. On the ensuing Coronado possession, Jaden Rempel threw an interception, and the Kadets took over at the midfield stripe. And at 2:31, Beers found the end zone from 2 yards out for a 14-0 lead. And we have gone back and forth for that. Sado 2 with a 2-yard run, spelling Mason Michi, who had had a couple big runs and needed a breather, but 2 was able to get the score. But then the Kadets answered as they found Burr for his first touchdown. Doherty to Burr, that connection for 45 yards and a touchdown to make it 21-14. But then the Cougars answered at the 143 mark. 2 again from Rempel from 11 yards out to close out the drive. And then there was a turnover by the Kadets. The turnover on the punt team for the Kadets. And the Cougars pounced on it with just 30 seconds left. And with 5.5 seconds left on the clock, Michi scores from 3. But then the first extra point attempt was missed by Thompson. There was a hands to the face penalty, which gave the Cougars another shot. And then Ehrig with the block of the second attempt, and that is our scoring review here for the second half. Ready to get it back underway as the teams are making their way back to the field. Very entertaining ball game. A lot of running in that first half. Passing very efficient, but a very speedy pace to that first half. Passing, Braden Doherty, the sophomore, just 2 of 4 for 70 yards and a touchdown. Aryan Burr, the senior, 1 reception, 45 yards, and a touchdown. His first of the year. And for Sam Beers, the sophomore tailback, 16 totes of the rock, 133 yards, trying to say 133 yards and do the average in my head, but 2 touchdowns for Beers. And the Cougars will start with it. This drives 2 all the way back into the end zone for the touchback. And the Cougars will start at the 20-yard line. It'll be interesting to see the Cougars if they can come out and what adjustments both teams have made. Their offense really picked it up, obviously, in the second half to come back to within the point of the tie. But now it's winning time. The Cougars have had trouble in second halves this year with leads that they ended up giving away. Mason Michi with the first carry, and he's almost out to the 40-yard line. Mason Michi picking up where he left off. He had several 25-plus runs in the first half. And he picks up 17 here on the first play of the second half. Two receivers left. Throw it out to two. This time it comes in high enough. Takes a block, cuts it into the, reverses his field back towards the middle, and he is going to get back to the line of scrimmage, maybe lose a yard. They'll call it the original line of scrimmage, or the line of scrimmage, the 43. So 2nd and 10. Darshawn Robinson was the blocker on that receiver screen. Fake it to Michi, and Rempel with the keeper. Gain of 7 is going to bring up 3rd and 3. Cougars really had a lot of success going up tempo in the first half during that comeback. And they are employing that again. Nick Getzman with the tackle, number 60, the senior hammer linebacker. Laid the hammer on that last tackle. Three receivers spread to the left of the formation now for the Cougars. And a backside handoff for Michi, and somehow Michi sneaks out of the pile to the 48. Gain of 3 and a first down for the Cougars. Malachi Ray, the junior, playing up on the line, had him for a minute, but then Michi, the diminutive one, able to sneak away. This is Michi to the left, finds a cutback seam, and he gets across midfield for a gain of 5. 2nd and 5 on the play. Cougars again emphasizing pace here to start the second half. The miscue on the punting game for the Cadets after taking a timeout really played into Coronado's favor. This is Seydu too, out on the left-hand side, and he's going to be down close to the 30-yard line with the reception. Down to the 31, it's a catch and run of 15. First down for the Cougars as they move the chains. No wind on the field level at all. Temperature still really nice. I'm standing here with the window wide open to be able to run the camera and get you the views. It was 70 degrees at kickoff. I'd bet it was still in the mid to upper 60s. Rempel has it, throws the in route, and it is incomplete. Trying to find Chris Walters. And it will be 2nd and 10 for the Cougars. Both coaches doing a great job of calling just the occasional pass. The running games are working so well. But you got to keep that run defense honest with the pass, otherwise they'll do what Air Academy's been doing most of the first half and really bunch up trying to stop Michi. Michi breaking tackles again. All the way down close to the 25-yard line. They'll spot him at the 26. Michi with those swivel hips, able to change directions at will. Rempel with the fake. Pass not there, so he'll keep it. And he'll get down to the 25. That's going to be shy of the first down. It's going to be 4th and 2 for the Cougars. 8-13, 8-12, 8-11 here in the third quarter. First possession of the second half. The Cougars driving it down from the north to the south here at Gary Berry Stadium. But for the Cougars, this is a huge momentum-keeping play right here. Fake it in the pass down the left-hand side. Great coverage for the Kadets, and the Cougars will turn it over on downs. Oh, I did not see the flag. The flag is down at the 13. They are going to get pass interference on Elijah Sampson. Sean Robinson was the intended receiver. So that is going to be a first down for the Cougars. Now a little confusion on where they're going to spot it. Ball spotted at the 12-yard line of the Kadets. Ball on the ground as Rempel picks it back up, trying to get away. Miscommunication on the handoff. And Rempel will be thrown out of bounds on the play after a gain of a couple. And a penalty coming on the Cougars, which will back them up. Holding on the play. Cougars are just lucky there. That did not turn into a turnover, as a miscommunication between Michi and Rempel. Now Rempel sends two receivers to the right-hand side. Give it to Mason Michi, who's going to hit the tackle and now bounce it outside. And Mason Michi down the far sideline, close to the first down marker once again. He'll be out at the 5-yard line. That will be second and 2 for the Cougars. Pickup of 17 for Michi. Give it to Michi. This time he works his way up the middle.
Michi carries the ball down to the 2-yard line.
Push it back, Kadets. Let's go!
First down for Cougars. First and goal.
Short gain from Michi, but he gets the first down at the 2-yard line. Coronado looking to take their first lead of the game. Michi around the right-hand side and finds the seam, diving into the end zone. So Mason Michi starring on that drive from the 2. 26-21 in favor of the Cougars now, their first lead. Back-to-back touchdowns for Michi. And they're going to go for 2. Give it to Seydu, 2. And looking for the spot, the side judge runs in short. The Cougars go for 2. A risky move here with 6:47 left to go. Trying to make it a 7-point advantage. but they fail, and it will remain 26-21. But the Cougars with their first lead of the ball game at 6:47.
What's up, Randy? Woo! Bingo! Bingo!
There, dude. Drop your fucking nuts, bro. Hey, let's go. Let's go. Let's go.
So special teams troubles for the Cougars early on, forcing that try for two. And now we'll see the Kadets with their first possession after half, and see what adjustments this Cougars defense was able to make to try to stop Sam Beers and this running game. Kick down the right-hand side, taking on the fly at about the 18-yard line. Return close to the 30-yard line. They'll spot it at the 31. And for the first time tonight, the Kadets will take to the offense trailing. Give it to Beers, and Beers is met at the line of scrimmage by Nick Sells. Sells holds him to a gain of just one. For having the 133 yards in the first half, Beers' touchdowns came from 7 and 2. Second and 9 for the Cougars. Ball on the ground. This came off the handoff, and it looks like Air Academy is going to keep it. Doherty able to get on top of it. Third and 10. Two receivers right, one left for the Kadets. This is Burr with the reception, the tight end leaking out, getting all the way up to midfield before he's brought down by Jaden Rempel and Chris Walters. Gain of 19 and the first down. Offset eye in the backfield. Give it to Beers, trying the right side. Beers going to be held to a short gain. Yanni 2 in the vicinity. Beers is drawing a crowd of Cougars here. Gain of 3, going to be 2nd and 7. As well he should. He torched him again last year for 2 1/4. Today he had 133 in the first half. Beers deep in the eye with 2 receivers to the right. Straight up the middle, just running hard. Beers going to be about half yard shy of the first down, it looks like. Ball spotted at the 40.5-yard line. Kadets need the 40. Motion, now run the counter to the other side. First down and more. All the way down to the 30-yard line. Gain of 10 for Sam Beers, as he continues to chug along. First and 10 from the 30 of the Cougars. Still no answers for Beers out of this Cougars defense. Two receivers left, I formation. Give it to Beers straight up the middle again, and he is going to be cut down after a gain of just a couple. Jeff Gilliam was in there on the tackle, along with Rhett McCarthy. Gain of 2, bring up 2nd and 8. 2:25 and counting here in the third quarter. Cougars on top with their first lead, 26-21, as they take the opening possession of the second half, down for a touchdown. Deep in the eye, give it to Beers. Beers right up into the middle, gonna be stopped for a gain of 3 at the 25-yard line. And we have got an injured Cadet down on his knees at the 30-yard line, requiring some attention. So an official's timeout for the injury. And this game will replay this weekend on the traditional television on the District 11 channels, Comcast Channel 16, as the teams come to the sidelines. Also Falcon Broadband 73 and CenturyLink 8004, as well as it'll always be there on demand on YouTube. .157 left to go here in the third quarter. Coronado defending a 26-21 lead against Air Academy. Coronado with a 3-game win streak against Thornton, Cheyenne Mountain, and Whitefield. But they had double-digit leads in each of those games. And they kept a 2-touchdown victory against Thornton, but they had a lead against Palmer in the fourth quarter by 10. And Palmer came back with back-to-back touchdowns in the fourth quarter to pull the upset and dropped the Cougars to 0-2 to start the season. And then last week against Whitefield, the Cougars built a 26-7 lead before Whitefield scored twice, and the Cougars held on to that one 26-19. That is the center, Jackson Sack-Bikini, being helped off, but coming off under his own power. So we'll see how that affects the running game as he gets some help on the bench. Shotgun now, quick throw out to the right, was rushed and wide right. Throwing for Uhrig. Will be 4th and 5 now for the Kadets. Cougars with the momentum, trying to keep that momentum. Big 4th and 5 here. Split Burr, the tight end, wide to the left. Triple the receivers to the right. Pressure coming. Throw it back to Beers. And Beers is going to be stopped short. Jaden Rempel, Jaden Yanni in the vicinity. They needed the 20. They got to the 22. So turning it over on downs is Air Academy. And with 1:29 left to go in the third, the Coronado defense rises up and gives the ball back to their offense, protecting this 5-point lead. Now Rempel under center. Look for a heavy dose of Mason Michi. Tackle there by Ramsey Stark, a bandit backer. Michi ahead 4-2, 2nd and 8. And the official trying to help Nick Sells with his equipment. Inside of 60 seconds here in the third. Michi patiently waiting, but he's going to be dropped. Too many bodies. And that is Tanner Rollins, the Sam linebacker. Third and 8 for the Cougars here. Last play of the third quarter. Rempel under center with Michi in the eye. Give it to Sells and the ball is on the ground. Air Academy thinks they have it, but the ball will be down. 4th and 8 for the Cougars, and they are going to have the quarter break to talk about it. Whistles hit with 1/10 of a second left on the clock for the quarter, but it will go to the quarter break, and the Cougars leading 26-21.
What makes Colorado Springs School District 11 the standout choice for excellence in education? Some may say it's a dedicated and talented staff who are devoted to the educational learning of our students. Others may say it's the award-winning learning options available to all students, no matter their grade level. Whether it's online, hybrid, or in-person learning, D11 welcomes all learners to achieve excellence through diversity. Serving the unique needs of all students, we dare to empower our students to profoundly impact our world, and we stand ready to inspire every mind.
A look at the Air Academy huddle on the sidelines. Scott Grindy, their head coach, reminding them to keep their heads up. This is their game to win if they want it bad enough, trying to break a 4-game skid. Trailing by just 5, but they have been moving the ball. Been stopped only twice by the Cougars. But now it is 4th and 8, and the Cougars choosing to go for it. Oh, quick kick by Jaden Rempel. And Eric muffs this one, now picks it up. And he will return it just shy of midfield. Dangerous play there as 2 Cougars were hustling down Seydu too, who has had him a fantastic game. Actually limping off the field a little bit to the Coronado sidelines. But the return sets up the Kadets at their own 48-yard line. Just underway in the fourth quarter from Gary Berry Stadium. If you're tuning in on the YouTube channel for the Coronado Cougars, thank you so much. My name is Barry Reed, the broadcast announcer. Fumbling, getting back on it. Was Doherty. That's the second time in 2 possessions he's had trouble with the center exchange. And looking down on the sideline, Jackson Sakbikini is still on the bench. So it is backup center for Air Academy. Handoff to this near side. Beers dragging tacklers inside the 40. That'll be a first down and more. Pickup of 15 on the play. Jaden Rempel bringing down Sam Beers, who is on his way to his second straight 200-yard performance against this Cougars defense. Had 133 at the end of the first half. He has broken off some nice runs here in the second. Beers deep in the eye, 2 receivers to the right. Beers just straight up the gut. Runs into a wall after a gain of just a couple. 2nd and 8 coming. Jaden Yanni in position, part of the tackle. As well as Nick Sells. Second and 8 for the Kadets. Receiver left, receiver right. Pistol, give it to Beers around the left-hand side. And Beers will be down to the 31, shy of the first down. Going to bring up 3rd and about 2. Cougars defense got the stop on downs to get off the field on the last drive. And Seydu too knifes in to hit Beers in the backfield. He's going to be short. It's going to be 4th and inches for Air Academy. Seydu too playing like it is the last game of his senior year, which it is. The last game of high school football for the seniors on both of these teams in this shortened 2020 season due to the COVID-19 pandemic. So 4th and 1. Give it off to Beers around this near side. Where is the spot? He needed the 30. And for the second straight time, the Cougars defense is held. They strung Beers out into the front of the Air Academy sideline and kept him short by a yard. Now can the offense, with 8:24 left to go here in the 4th, build on this 5-point lead? It falls to the Kadets defense to stop them. Pistol for Rempel. Michi to his left. Give it to Michi off the left-hand side, and Burr wraps him up, keeping that to a short gain. Gain of 2, 2nd and 8. Aryan Burr, who has one of the touchdowns for Air Academy, has played strong from his linebacking position, the will linebacker. 30 tackles coming in, a fumble caused and recovered. on the year coming in. Leading tackler for the Kadets. Rempel has trouble with it now. He's just got to keep it and go forward. And he runs right into Burr. Loss of about half a yard. It's going to be 3rd and 7 for the Cougars. Still no breeze. Beautiful evening here at Gary Berry Stadium, especially when you take into the fact that Thursday is Thanksgiving. And the Cougars just running some clock, and it looks like they are going to run the clock down to 1 and then take a timeout. Both teams with 3. 6:55 on the clock. Timeout Cougars, their first of the second half. And they cling to this 26-21 lead that they got in the third quarter. Still 63 degrees outside. So a beautiful night for football. We've actually had a couple of cramping issues out of the players tonight. Normally the cramping issues, you see them the most in August and September when the temperatures are really warm, but today is just one of those unusual times. We have been really fortunate all fall. There's just one game where my having the windows open to be able to get a clear shot for the camera has caused me to wear a hat. This beautiful night, just standing here in a polo shirt. So it's got to be perfect for the students on the field. Cougars break their huddle. 3rd and 7, clinging to this 5-point lead. Two receivers left, one receiver right. Rempel keeps it, rolls to the near side. And he is going to be dropped at the 40-yard line, shy of the first down. Del Pontoni, the free safety, up on the tackle, getting help from Bruce Johnson, the sophomore. So now 4th and 2, and the Cougars lined up to go for it. Rempel under center, double tight formation. Give it to Michi off the right-hand side. He gets through the first wave. Foot race now. Mason Michi down the sideline. Touchdown Cougars. Mason Michi with the hat trick. And it comes from 61 yards out. Mason Michi on 4th and 2. Give credit to the right side of that offensive line. Oliver Miles, Eli Border, Josh Bates for helping to seal that side and give Michi room to run off the right-hand side. 32-21. The lead is up to 11. Flag on the play in the end zone after the play. DJ Bremser with the call. Illegal substitution on Air Academy. So Coronado will once again go for 2. Trying to make the lead 13 here. Power eye backfield. Yanni in the backfield. Give it to Jaden Yanni. And Yanni's going to push into the end zone for the 2-point conversion. 6:06 left to go here in the 4th at Gary Berry Stadium. And it is the Cougars 34 and the Kadets 21. A little bit of breathing room for the Cougars with 6:06 left to go, but still work to do. We have seen in the first half the explosiveness of this Air Academy offense. But it's looking that little bit better for the Cougars to finish the year at 4-2. The time left, the timeouts left. Jamon Ehrig stands back at his 10. He's already got a return for 90 in the opener against Liberty. Last thing you want to do after building this 13-point lead is give him a chance to return another one. Thompson has it on the tee. And it comes down, he'll take it at the 5. Ehrig into the middle of the pile, and he will be brought down at the 30-yard line. Good special teams tackle there for the Cougars. Isaiah Cyprian, just a sophomore, 5'8", 180 pounds. 5:58 for the Kadets, trailing by 13. Two receivers to the left. Pierce tries the left-hand side, and he's going to get back to the line of scrimmage and get spun forward for only a yard, bring up 2nd and 9. Kadets have done the Cougars have done a great job containing Bears here in the second half, except for a couple of runs. Sebastian Guerrero, Eli Border in on the tackle on that side. Spread formation now. Two receivers left, two receivers right. Doherty throwing it down the near side. Del Pontoni with the reception, and he'll be all the way down to the 30-yard line. That is a gain of 40 on the reception. One of the Cougars back in coverage, John Bamke, the sophomore, tripped on the coverage. So now 1st and 10, throw it out into the flat to the tight end leaking out. This is Burr, and Burr is going to be down close to the 10-yard line. So Burr has as many catches in this game as he's had all season long. One of them went for a touchdown. This one for a gain of 20 and a first down to the 10-yard line. 4:46 and counting. And timeout taken by Coronado. Scott Edmonds wants to talk to his defense, seeing them get shredded here in the last minute and a half after playing so well, but now Air Academy has opened up the passing game a little bit with the respect being paid to Sam Beers, who's approaching 200 yards on the game. Cougars want to take a little bit of a break, gather their defense amongst them. The previous two drives, they had back-to-back stops on 4th down. First and goal, just inside the 10. 34-21 Cougars, who had their first lead got 6:47 in the first. Rolling out this way, and the Doherty is going to get sacked. Doherty loses 10 all the way back to the 20. It'll be first and goal from there. Josh Bates, the 5'10 senior, with the tackle for the Cougars. First and 20. Clock running, 4:07, 4:06. Back and out in the flats, intended for Ray, a little bit out in front of him. Rempel in coverage of the fullback. Malachi Ray does have one catch on the year coming in for 7 yards. .401 on the clock, two receivers bunched to the right side. Give it to Beers up the middle. Beers down to the 13-yard line. That is going to bring up fourth and goal from the 13. With 3:40 on the clock. Spread the formation with two receivers to the right. Timeout called by Air Academy, 3:27. And Scott Grindy wants the offense to talk about it. Do the Cougars have one more stop in them defensively? Can the Kadets cash on their fourth touchdown here of the game and draw back within 6 points, which then they'd have to get the onside kick. Just love great high school football games, and this has been one of those great high school football games. Back and forth. Big plays by the offense, big plays by the defense. All around, just a great pace to the game. But 34-21 in favor of the Cougars. Cougars just one timeout. Air Academy still with two timeouts. So 4th and 13 for the Kadets. Roll out Doherty, throw it into the corner. Out of bounds is the ruling. Jamon Ehrig was the intended receiver. Hard to tell from my angle whether he got his feet in. He did a great job of tapping down, but the official on the sideline said he was out of bounds. 3:22, and the Cougars get another big stop. Cougars will take over at the 14-yard line and give it off the right-hand side to Mason Michi. Check that, Nick Sells with the carry. Unfortunately, we have no means of replay to take a look at that. That's one of the plays this year that I wish I did have replay capabilities on. Cougars running the clock inside of 2 minutes and 45 seconds. Rempel under center. Michi with the carry off the right-hand side and room to run again. Mason Michi finally pushed out of bounds. Del Pontoni pushes him out of bounds, not until Mason Michi gets out to the 36-yard line. Another 20-plus yard gain for Mason Michi. He'll be over 100 yards. Again, his fourth 100-yard rushing game. Give it to Nick Sells, and Sells is just going to power his way forward. Ball came loose, but the officials are saying that his knee was on the ground. 48-yard line, and now a flag comes out. Ball will be spotted at the 43, pickup of 7, 2nd and 3, but the penalty, we'll hear from DJ Bremser about the penalty call. And the Kadets are backing up. Unsportsmanlike on the Kadets. The frustration of not getting the call down in the end zone. And 4 straight drives without points as the offense went for 3 touchdowns on 3 possessions in the first half, only to be shut out here in the second half. Outscored 24-0 here in the second half, controlled by the Cougars, and seeing the time dwindle away to 2:21. So first down, Cougars in Cadet territory. Ball at the 41-yard line. One timeout is all that remains for the Kadets. 2:21 on the clock. One more first down should ice this for the Cougars. Give it to Michi. Flag from the defensive backfield. Mason Michi is off again. Run out of bounds about the 12-yard line. Call it the 13-yard line, but the official picking up the ball and pulling it back. Go to DJ Bremser, holding on the Cougars. So wipe out that run of 20 again for Mason Michi. Down to 2:13 on the clock, but 1st and 20. Give it to Michi again. Michi breaks through and gets to the 41-yard line. Picks up the 10-yard penalty. The 2nd and 10 for the Cougars. Clock continues to run inside of 2 minutes. See if Scott Grindy decides to use, when he decides to use his last timeout, or Cougars just letting the clock run down.
Let's go, D! Sprint the ball! Sprint the ball!
Give it to Nick Sells. And Sells is going to be ahead for about 5. Down to the 36-yard line. Timeout, Air Academy. 1:22 left to go. Cougars up by 13, 34-21. And when we come back, it will be 3rd and 4 for the Cougars. Chance to get a first down and put it away, as Air Academy will be unable to stop the clock after this. Hard-fought game for Air Academy, but as it looks right now, they will fall to 1 and 5 on the year. But they've got their quarterback, Braden Doherty, coming back. He's just a sophomore. Sam Beers, the tailback, who's gone for close to 200 yards here tonight. It would be a second 200-yard performance against the Cougars. He's a sophomore. Malachi Ray is just a junior. The main receivers, Burr, Del Pontoni, and Urig are all seniors. So they will need to replace the receiving core. Give it off to Michi, trying the right-hand side. And Michi's going to stumble his way inside the 30 for the first down. And barring something absolutely crazy from the 29-yard line, Coronado will be able to go into victory formation. 1:09 left on the clock and counting. Mason Michi, the straw that stirs the drink, if I can get my metaphors out there right, stirring it up well for Coronado, answering everything that Sam Beers could throw at these Cougars. The defense coming up with 4 big stops, turning it over on downs. Play clock inside of 10. Game clock closing on 30 seconds. And Jaden Rempel will take a knee. And that will do it. The Cougars don't have to run another play. And there you see the handshakes and the congratulations down on the sideline. The Kadets fought hard, played really well, I thought, but fall to 1-5. The Cougars finished this shortened 6-game season at 4-2. Today was a tale of 2 great running backs, Sam Beers for Air Academy and Mason Michi for the Cougars. There is the final buzzer. I am Barry Reed. We hope you enjoyed this. Thank you for tuning in on the Coronado YouTube channel. That is the season for both of these teams. Everyone, please enjoy your Thanksgiving next week and stay healthy. Thank you so much for tuning in to the broadcast here on the Coronado Cougars YouTube channel. Good night.